Why don't all witches drop grief seeds? Cube says that witches sometimes drop a grief seed, and that not every witch you defeat is guaranteed to give you them. So, why is that? It could be argued that it's just completely random. Like sometimes a witch will drop one and sometimes it won't. In Kazumi Magica, there is a girl with 2 soul gems, each representing a different personality. And when that girl turns into a witch, that witch forms from 2 grief seeds. And the thing about this is, it didn't drop one. Because after Kazumi defeated the witch, it didn't drop a grief seed. If you were going by chances on how likely it is for a witch to drop a grief seed, this one would be the most likely witch in the history of witches to drop a grief seed, because it had 2. So why didn't it drop one? At the end of the chapter, there's even an extra drawing pointing out how absurd it is and saying that the girls were so spiteful they don't even give up a grief seed in the end. And that's when I got an idea. All witches should have a grief seed, because when Sayaka turned into a witch, her soul gem turned into her grief seed. Every witch has a grief seed, just like every magical girl has a soul gem. So, shouldn't every witch drop a grief seed upon its defeat? Sometimes this could be explained away, like Walpurgisnacht's grief seed, which never appears in the anime in a single timeline, but is shown in the PSP game, which could mean the grief seed simply got lost in the massive mess that was that battle. But Octavia doesn't always drop a grief seed either. It can't be something that varies from witch to witch. You could think that it's a personality thing, like the Soju girls wouldn't give up a grief seed because of how spiteful they were. But Octavia doesn't always drop a grief seed either. In some timelines, she does, because Madoka used that in one timeline. In one timeline, Madoka used that grief seed on Homura, so she clearly is capable of dropping one. But in other timelines, she isn't. And that's when I figured it out. When a witch doesn't drop a grief seed, it's because in battle, that grief seed was destroyed. Magical girls die when their soul gem is destroyed. You destroy the soul gem, it's a one-hit kill, and they're down for the count. So, who's to say it doesn't happen to witches? That if you hit one in the right spot with enough force, then that's going to end the battle instantly. When Kyoko sacrificed herself to take down Octavia with her, there was no grief seed afterwards, most likely because Kyoko's attack destroyed it. If you shatter the soul gem, you destroy the magical girl, and getting rid of the grief seed ruins the witch. So the best explanation I have for why not all witches drop grief seeds is because sometimes in the battle, a magical girl will just end up destroying it by accident while fighting the witch. That right when she kills it, the reason she was able to kill it was because she got it right in the grief seed. And that ended it. And that actually causes a pretty interesting dilemma if the magical girls were aware of it. If they were able to actually figure out where that perfect spot to kill it instantly is, they could take out the witch incredibly fast. But at the same time, they give up the grief seed. And they really need those grief seeds. It's kind of tragic when you think about it. How there have been cases where those girls desperately need these grief seeds, and how rare they are, and how they literally cannot survive without them. And they end up destroying them while attempting to get one. It adds a whole new level of darkness to the show. Everyone should check out the Puella Magi Wiki. It's a wonderful site where you can find information on all your favorite characters. even the ones that only appear in spin-off manga. It's where I get all of my pictures and double check all of my facts. Hope you had fun with this Madoka feat, and see you next time.